Hi, I'm Sam Silver, Head of Policy and Public Affairs at the National Hair and Beauty Federation. And today I'm going to be running through some of the data from our latest State of the Sector survey. Here's what the latest NHBF State of the Sector survey is telling us. At the start of 2026, most businesses are still trading, but too many are doing so without much room to breathe. The biggest group in the survey told us that business is steady but not booming. And that matters, because steady doesn't always mean sustainable in our sector. Profitability remains weak. Many businesses are making only a small profit or just breaking even, and a meaningful number are making a loss. This is the reality behind the shop front. This is exactly why the Respect Our Sector campaign matters. Hair and beauty businesses are serving clients, supporting local high streets, creating jobs and training new talent, but they need a fairer operating environment to keep doing that. This survey gives the NHBF the evidence to keep pressing that case with the government, regulators and decision makers right across the UK. One of the clearest messages from the latest survey is this. Businesses may be open, but many are not trading securely. In the autumn of 2025, 57% of businesses said that trade was steady and only 16% said they were busy. Almost half were just breaking even and nearly 1 in 5 were losing money each month. Now that we're at the start of 2026, the picture still remains fragile. Steady remains the dominant answer in our sector, but a sizable minority say trade is quiet or really quiet. That tells us something important. Demand for our sector is still there, but resilience is fleeing. A quiet week, a rent rise, or another cost increase can quickly push a viable business into trouble. The Respect Our Sector campaign is about making sure policy reflects that reality. If government wants thriving high streets and local jobs, it has to understand that steady is not the same as sustainable. The latest data shows just how difficult pricing has become for our sector. In autumn 2025, 57% of hair and beauty businesses said they had kept prices the same over the previous 3 months, but 41% had to increase them. Looking ahead, 62% expected that they would need to raise prices again. That was already a warning sign for our sector. By the start of 2026, the pressure had not gone away. More businesses had already increased prices and 307 are expected to rise them again over the next 3 months. This is not about confident growth for hair and beauty, it's about survival. Owners are trying to balance rising costs with the reality that clients are also under pressure with a cost of living crisis. That's why our Respect Our Sector campaign keeps pushing for practical action from the government. When 6 or 7 in 10 businesses say that price rises are unavoidable, that's not just a business story, that is a policy warning that governments must listen to. When the NHBF asks businesses what is hurting them most, the answer is clear. Labour costs are the dominant pressure for the hair and beauty sector. In autumn of 2025, the top cost pressure told to us was the increase of national minimum and living wage. 476 businesses told us this, followed by 384 telling us the national insurance costs, followed by energy at 294. It is clear there is a pattern for the costs stacking against the sector. And because hair and beauty is a people-based service sector, these are not marginal costs, they go straight into the heart of our business model. That's why the responses are so telling in our surveys. Businesses say they are putting up prices, cutting back spending, reducing hours, and holding off on taking staff and apprentices. The Respect Our Sector campaign is about getting government to recognise that fair pay must come with a fair operating environment for hair and beauty. One of the most worrying findings in our survey is what rising costs are doing to recruitment and apprenticeships in our sector. In autumn 2025, 364 businesses said they were holding off on taking new staff or apprentices because of cost pressures. That was already a major warning sign. And at the start of 2026, the apprenticeship picture looks even more serious. Over the previous 3 months, 149 businesses said that they were going to cut back on the number of apprentices they employ, and looking ahead, only 20 businesses said they are definitely or likely to take on an apprentice in the next 3 months, while 388 said it's unlikely or definitely will not. That matters for individual businesses, but also matters for the future of this profession and our sector. The Respect Our Sector campaign is making a simple case. If government wants skills opportunities and workforce growth, it has to make it viable for small employers in our sector to train and employ. You don't need to wait for a survey to tell us about what's happening in your business or in your town. If you have a story you want to share with the government or your local MP, please do just contact me at sam.silver@nhbf.co.uk.